So guys, here we are, and it's a Saturday, and it's almost noontime. It is 11:59 a.m. Oh, just turned to 12 o'clock p.m. in the morning, or high noon. It is 12/1, December 1, 2018, here in Connecticut. Not a bad day. It really isn't. Now today, according to the weather, for the last 2 or 3 days, today and tomorrow are supposed to be miserable. Rain, cold, just miserable. And we have not a bad day with sun shining. Now it's not super comfortable out there, but you know, if I put on a jacket and I go out there and I start doing something, the weather would not stop me at this point. But that's about it. I'm just trying to catch up on some mails here. I think, again, I told you guys about the patch. It's a town, somewhat state, somewhat whatever. I'm sure you have them in your neighborhood, or in your towns or states or districts or whatever. Here we have a school bus driver arrested after a bizarre incident. And the company is, well, I don't want to... The company is First Student. The company is a good company. We have them here in Brantford, and I know the original owners, and they still work for the company. They're two sisters, but here in Brantford, the good company. All right, let's put it that way. Now I don't know who owns them now, because it may have changed, but at one time it was the two sisters who originally owned it, and then they sold it to another company or couple out in the Guilford, Madison area, which did a nice job running it. They were good to their employees. I actually drove a bus for about 5 or 6 months with them, just to give me something to do and to see what it was all about. Anyway, let's see the whole story. Now, I know people that work for this company, and not just the sisters that run it. I know drivers. I know quite a few of them. But in this case, this bizarre incident, let's see if we can get to it. Now there's a face that only your dog can love if you tie a pork chop around it. So, but meanwhile, this attractive mugshot of this person that has been arrested here in Connecticut. Again, you gotta remember, we got a democratic state here, a state of liberal brats. In Naugatuck, she was arrested for substance control. She had marijuana on her, and she was providing marijuana to 2 of the students on the bus. And she had, you can read this if you want. I'll run it slow. You can stop it. But she had taken the bus home, which apparently the company, I told you it's a good company, gave her permission to use the bus to go to and from work in Kelly, and that was it. Which, you know, helped her, and I guess it helped the company somewhat, but it mainly benefited her. But apparently she was using the bus as an everyday vehicle, and one night at 6 o'clock p.m. on a Thursday, a bystander had noticed that this bus was parked with her and 2 students, and I believe the students were young teens, and I thought I seen it in here someplace. And the bystander thought she was seeing these 2 students fighting on the bus. So when she approached the bus, or the bystander, I don't know if it was a he or she, when the bystander approached the bus took off. And this lovely young lady, being the driver, at that point was the driver of it, and she took off. Well, the bystander, thinking that this was strange, decided to follow her and call the authorities at the same time. And in following her, she was speeding, driving recklessly, running stop signs, basically endangering the lives of these students. And now she had an excuse. However, the excuse that she used was a good one, but however, it wasn't the right one. And she finally got pulled over by the officials. And the reason for her speeding and driving recklessly and going through stop signs was because she thought she was being chased. Right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, it's because the bus reeked of marijuana. And the two kids you have on the bus that you were providing marijuana to were smoking as well as yourself. And that's what it was, because when the cops pulled her over and got on the bus, they said it reeked of marijuana. And then so they searched her and found that she had it. She was selling it to the kids. One of them, they say, is a member of the family some way. They didn't say exactly how, and the other one was just a friend. But at that point, they arrested her for that. But like I say, her excuse was, I thought I was being chased. All right, okay. Well, paranoia sets in too, I guess, when you're doing that crap, so anything could be possible. However, if she wasn't there, like she wasn't supposed to be there, and if she wasn't doing drugs, at this point it's considered a drug of sort, and furnishing it to the teenagers, the young teenagers at this point, sitting in the bus, smoking up a storm, so now everything is right in there, so, you're nice and cozy. And it wasn't a big bus, it was a smaller bus. I'll show you a picture of it here in a minute. There you go. It's one of the smaller buses. So with 3 people smoking, that would fill up really fast. And I'm sure that they were putting the windows down as she was speeding through town. But meanwhile, where I'm going here is, you can read this if you wanted to look it up. It's on the patch, the Branford patch. Oh, there she is again. Look at that. Oh, what a face. She couldn't do anything wrong. She should be a WWE wrestler. No, she doesn't even fit that mold. Anyway, that's where we're at. Anyway, as I was saying, I know a lot of drivers. And they have told me that... well, one of them particularly told me that this one here is a big Obama fan. She voted for Obama, and she was hoping he'd stay in, and, too bad it was going to get 2 terms. I mean, we all feel that way. We get a good president, we like to keep him forever. However, she's an Obama fan, and she voted for Obama, so what does that tell you? This charming young lady here that's smoking dope on a school bus and giving dope to teenagers, young teenagers at this point, is a dumbocrate, a liberal brat. Right? And they say that we are the dangerous ones. Right? So... alright, I gotta go out there and yell. They're starting to howl. Must be somebody going by. Hold on a minute, guys.